As we approach the highlight of the Dubai Sevens and everything to look forward to, the clash in the final itself between Fiji and South Africa. Two new coaches to all intents and purposes, or on new teams to them certainly. Spain against France, the first final coming up next, and it's the Shield near neighbours, Spain and France. Well, they know each other's plays so well, don't they? And they will relish performing on this stage, with everyone now on the edge of their seats following that magnificent victory for Fiji, and a workmanlike performance from South Africa to defeat the English. Fiji have never won here in Dubai. They've been to 5 finals. I wonder whether this could be their year after such a long wait. And they have their supporters here in Fiji, and they've been denied so many times. And South Africa, well, their victories have been few and far between here at Dubai, whether it be at the older Al Ain ground or here at the Sevens, the official home of Dubai Rugby. Stadium is certainly rocking, Scott, Willie Losey rather, after that brilliant performance by Fiji initially, and then, as I say, that workmanlike performance from South Africa.
Well, the other thing about it too is that this is the 60,000 that are actually in this magnificent stadium. There's probably another 30,000 partying outside because they couldn't get a seat in here.
That's right, the big screens all around this ground, and everyone enjoying the atmosphere, the entertainment as well. It's one of the great tournaments of the HSBC Sevens World Series, and it's the biggest, certainly, sporting event in the Middle East.
I love those signs that they hold up as well, wouldn't I? Especially the one, "Mum, send more money."
Well, I think the longest queue I've seen today is at what I call the microwave, the cash machine, and it's certainly spewing out its contents, and has been over the last 48 hours or so.
Well, it's a family atmosphere, isn't it? There's so many kids that are here in the stadium, so many mums and wives, girlfriends. It's just tremendous.
Yeah, every tournament has its own peculiarities and specialisms, and certainly the family atmosphere engendered here at the Sevens is something to behold. Smiles all around, and I'm sure the people wearing the biggest smile here this evening will be the organisers, the tournament organisers, and the sponsors, of course, Emirates Airlines. This is, after all, their tournament. So here we go then with the first of the finals, Spain against France, with everything to play for, not the least championship points. France lead Spain by 7-1 in the series. They met on the Gold Coast last month when France defeated Spain on that occasion by 28-18. Here we are, the Spanish side led by Angel Lopez. He has former captain Pablo Feijó as well on his shoulder. Yaki Carter was a late call-up into the squad, and he's made his presence felt. And the experience of Matias Tudela, Ignacio Martin, the towering Ignacio Martin, and Javier Caron. France, on the other hand, led by Vincent Denyo, Mazoe, Logel, and the mercurial Alba Ladejo. He pulls the strings along with little Julien Candelon, the diminutive Julien Candelon. Take a look out for him, and it's good to see Julien Janet starting alongside Renaud Delmas, second only to Paul Alba Ladejo in the French try-scoring stakes. So the two teams on tenterhooks as they follow the ball out onto the field. It's a proud moment for this little youngster, leading the teams out and placing the ball on the halfway line. France in their traditional blue shirts, and Spain once again in the red and black shirts. Vincent Denyo, he is the captain in his 9th season in the French colours. Now the captain and committed to Sevens Rugby. Asking for some divine guidance, perhaps, the Spaniards. fought back from relegation in London last season, and it's their ambition to stay on the circuit as a core team at the end of this season. The referee from England is Mr. Ian Tempest, as we get ready for the first of the finals here in Dubai this year. The kickoff will be by Paul Albaladejo for France, playing from right to left, finds Pablo Feijó, man from the Bera club in San Sebastian, an inspirational captain in Hong Kong in 2012 when Spain secured core team status for that season.
Well, you knew exactly what France was going to do through their captain, Vincent Dinio. As soon as he saw the small Feijó coming towards him, he just wrapped his big arms around him and made sure that he couldn't get to ground.
Fine. Set.
Julian Candelon just about gets the ball away to Albaladejo. Julian Jané looking to fend off the Spanish defender, and Spain have done well to turn the ball over. And that's a rare sight, seeing Julian Jané turn over. But here comes Spain, looking for the first try. They might well get it into the French 22. Will he get there? Yes, he will. That's a Yeki Carter, English-born, but now qualifies for Spain on residency. His third try of the weekend, and probably his most important.
Well, he'll score it here because he stepped on the inside and then he just backed himself with the pace. It was a foot race. He knew he had the angle, and then just a little swerve there at the end, but put that try down to Angel Lopez. It was the tackle on Jané, and the small number 6 for Spain got up. He was the tackler. He picked up the ball, and like a thief in the night, he stole it, and Spain have scored.
The conversion is missed, but they'll be raising a glass to Yeki Carter in the town of Cinderford on the edge of the Forest of Dean tonight, that's for sure, because that's where Yeki Carter was born and attended Hartpury College, the nursery for so many aspiring rugby union players. Frederick Pomerel. I'm sure he's not as calm, cool and collected inside as he appears on the surface. He's just seen Spain take a lead, winning the turnover from this man, Julian Jané. Contracted player, formerly with Racing Metro.
Worked the first time, but Ignacio Martin there, he was never onside. So it's 1-1 for Spain at the moment.
Long kick downfield into touch. We haven't seen too many kicks for touch this weekend, really.
I think at this stage of the tournament, win because it is the last game for them. They wanted to save a little bit of petrol, and obviously the thoughts of heading to PE next week.
Yes, and this is the 6th game for both these teams, and it says a lot about the players that they're able to recover, but they're managed so well by the respective coaches and management team. It's a totally different game from the 15-man code, and don't let anybody fool you that a player can make an easy transition from 15s to 7s. As we've seen this weekend, Willie, any number of teams have been involved in international 15s matches over the last few weekends or so, and it certainly has told.
Fine. Set.
So Pablo Feijó at the base sweeps it out to Igor Guenua, international scrum half himself, this try scorer. Carter takes it into contact. Support is there, and they come again inside their own 10-meter line. On to Pablo Feijó. He's got Ignacio Martin on his shoulder, and here he goes. Ignacio Martin, 6 feet 5 inches tall, striding away, and Spain are looking good here for their 10-point lead. Round under the posts. It all stemmed from the scrum, the quick transference of ball through the hand, and the final pass from Pablo Feijó to Ignacio Martin.
Well, it was from side to side, wasn't it? Carter down the left flank, and then Ignacio Martin. Look at the running style of the big man as well. Once he got on the outside of the French captain, Vincent Dinio, it was shut the gate, try time.
The man from the Basque country gets Spain's second try, and this time there's no mistaking the conversion from in front of the posts, and Spain are looking good, 12 points to 0. We met in the Shield final in Glasgow back in May. It was one-way traffic when France won by 41 points to 0. Spain come out firing on all cylinders here in the Shield final, the lowly Shield final it may be, but there are valuable championship points at stake here. 3 points for winning the Shield, and when it comes to the relegation stakes at the end of the season, the odd point claimed, the odd point lost here and there could well be crucial.
Thank you. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Jani in midfield finds and gets support. This looks promising for France. The captain, Vincent Denio. This is expertly done down the flank here by Jonathan Logel. And anything a 6'4" Spaniard can do, well, a good 6'4" Frenchman can match that. Jonathan Logel.
Well, he's saving his best for last. His first try here in Dubai, and this was set up by that man there. He held up, and then the express train came, because he hit it like a bullet out of a gun, and there's no way that the Spaniards could get across and try and stop him. Logel just too quick.
France's top points scorer ever and top try scorer as well, Paul Albaladejo, directs the conversion cleanly between the posts, and France are back into this match, although with 1 minute to go they trail near neighbour Spain by 12-7. France took home the bowl from the Gold Coast last month, and they were finalists in Port Elizabeth 12 months ago, where they lost to New Zealand. In actual fact, they were fourth here 12 months ago. Such are the fortunes of the French. They do blow hot and cold. Lost to New Zealand yesterday by 24-5, to Kenya and to Portugal.
Available.
So ball is available. Here they come. Neat little sidestep.
Backwards, play
from Angel Lopez, the captain. Julien Janet. This is Logel once again to Jean-Baptiste Mazoué. Julien Candelon. Low centre of gravity, but he's got a fair injection of pace as the man who played his rugby for Narbonne and for Perpignan in the past. So there goes the hooter, as I like to call it, for half-time. Still time for one more score, and it might come here through the captain, Vincent Denio, taking the ball into contact. Good support play, and the cleaning out as well is expertly done by France. Although
10 meters.
There was an indiscretion there. And France come again, Julien Candelon, and France are back on level terms at the break with a conversion to come. So they could well take the lead here, having given away 2 early tries to the Spaniards.
Well, in basketball terms, it'd be called the assist, the captain, and he's assisted on this occasion as well, because have a look, he ran across field and then a lovely little pop pass to Candelon, who's the top try scorer here for them, scoring his 4th in Dubai. Look at that, the lovely ball, and Candelon. Those 30-year-old legs have still got, well, 33 rather, they've still got plenty of pace in them.
Julien Candelon, his try and the conversion from Albaladejo gives France a slender lead at half-time in the Shield final. Spain 12, France 14. So there we are, the track record of the teams against one another. Spain have just won the one game. Spain have won just one game in 8 against the French over the years. And they have it all to do once again, trailing by 2 points. Just the odd conversion separating the two teams as Julien Janet sets off.
Backwards.
Quickly snapped up by the Spanish captain, Angel Lopez. The team to have held the ball on the ground. A little bit of back chat as well from Pablo Feijou. Gives France another 10 yard advantage. Spain conceding the penalties.
Okay, France, play.
Might cost them dear. Baladejo gifted a try to the USA in the semi-final, but more than made up for that. Here come the big men. Vincent Denio diving over surely for France's third try. They're in control once again.
Well, they've turned it around. Scored just before the break and now just after. I thought that first pass looked a little bit forward there. That's certainly forward by about 3 metres. But you've got to play what's in front of you, and Baptiste Mazoué feeds it off to his captain. Spaniards would feel robbed on that one.
And justifiably so, and referee Tempest was right on the spot. But this game is such a fast game. You can miss the odd forward pass here and there, and it can mean the difference between winning and losing. And suddenly France are 2 scores clear. 12 plays 21. 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes to go. This, of course, is a 7-minute each way final. The final of the Cup, that's 10 minutes each way. The customers here can't complain that they will get value for money. Oh my goodness me, that's a shocker from Paul Albadejo. But with a shrug of the shoulders, he'll get back onside. A typical Gallic shrug.
Spain.
And he'll put that behind him, but that's given Spain rather, an opportunity. A free kick from halfway. Change of direction from Yeki Carter to Ignacio Martin, the 2 try scorers for Spain in concert. A high tackle. You may have heard referee Tempest call it, but away goes Carter. Into the 22, he's on his own, he's isolated here, needs support, gets it, it didn't go forward. So it's anyone's ball as Pablo Feijó brings the big man, Jean-Baptiste Mazoué, to ground. That's a big hit coming in there. France almost undone. But it's advantage France, they'll get the put in.
Well, no advantage from France from the original knock on, and just a little bit of footwork there from Jean-Baptiste Mazoué. And there's the reaction from Candelon.
Yeah,
that's Albadejo, my apologies.
Yeah, that was the sort of pourquoi look. Pourquoi moi rather, why me?
Crouch!
From my little schoolboy French.
Set!
So, huge gap on the far side. Pablo Feijó between the legs into the open country on the near side here. Angel Lopez, the captain, gets support and battling away. There's Ignacio Martin. France doing well to keep the Spaniards out here. The advantage with France. The ball was knocked forward by Spain. Pablo Feijó will remember that tackle. Didn't quite bring Mazoué to ground, but he did enough to stop him in his tracks. Off the foot. And away goes Julien Candelon. I think he's got the pace, he's got the legs on the chasing Yeki Carter. And Julien Candelon could well make the game safe for France here with 3 minutes remaining. That's another score, and gives them a 2 converted try advantage.
Wow, that's the second of the game. France's 4th. And he just raced away. The turnover was crucial. This is just brilliant. Look at that. He evades the tackle firstly of Ignacio Martin, and then he just pins his ears back and backs his pace. Very little that the defender could do there. Slowing things down as he places the ball on the ground.
Paul Albadejo adds the conversion, and whereas France trailed by 12-0 at one time, they now lead by 28-12. That's 28 unanswered points from the French, and they look good here for the Shield in Dubai in 2013. When you have a 16-point cushion, you can afford to kick long. Don't necessarily need to retain possession. You can put pressure on the opposition. Angel Lopez takes it in. That's Adam Newton, the replacement. This is Carter. He has Martin now on his inside. Neat little interpassing there. That's the second replacement on Gerardo de la Lania. Lopez. It's well done on the angle. It's Pablo Feijó, the international fullback for Spain.
6 red, off feet.
Well, you can see there just the smaller man, the captain, Lopez, trying to blow away the defender, who was Julien Jonet. He just didn't have enough bulk, really, and just sort of crumbled.
Yeah, let's take a breather.
Thank you.
Say the French, and the clock is their best friend at the moment, with just a minute to go. And Spain
5 and 6.
given the ball away 8 times. That is reflected on the scoreboard as the clock runs down, and French players can take a huge deep breath here.
Okay.
France have scored 4 tries in their visits to the Spanish 22, and they're not done yet. That's Vincent Inigo, Julien Janet floating the pass out to Julien Sobad, giving chase. Sergio Fernandez has done well, though. Spain will battle right to the final whistle, but the clock is against them. They need 3 scores. Was that a late tackle? Yes, it was, or a trip rather, and could well be a yellow card coming up here.
Wait.
It's Jonathan Logel.
Shush. Ball down.
Shush, I suspect, isn't safe in any language.
Okay.
Well, there is an injured French player back in play. I think it's Baptiste Mazuet. And have a look at here. That's where the kick was put through by Martin. That's where the trip came, and so he's actually sent the wrong person to the bin, because it was actually Jean-Baptiste Mazuet who's on the ground. And his teammate Lagel is in the naughty boys chair.
Yeah,
yep.
That's fine. 3 blues.
So the clock is stopped.
Yeah, no problem. He's coming. I think we need a stretcher. Okay, we may need a stretcher.
Jonathan Logel.
Please wait for the whistle.
So he won't come back on. And the Frenchman being
time on.
assisted off the field of play. So in the dying seconds then of this Shield final, France, for the 2nd tournament running, will take a trophy home with them. But who will have the last word here? Obstruction.
Ball down. Play on 3.
As the hooter siren calls it, call it what you will, and I know what Willie Lose calls it. It's a siren in Auckland.
Off feet! No! 12 is off feet, playing ball.
And still the opportunity is there for France to add to their tally of tries. Albaladejo might just as well kick it out, but Spain, they want the final word here. And here comes Fernandez into the wide open spaces. Ignacio Martin gives chase, can't control the ball. He must be the only Spaniard without expert footballing skills. And almost an opportunity there for Martin, but Francisco Hernandez claims Spain's 3rd try, and this is how it came about.
He was in for all money there. He just stood on the ball instead of tapping it forward, and then good awareness from Hernandez, chipped it through and had the pace to go through and score it. Good reward for Spain. They'll be disappointed with the middle 8 minutes of this match.
Yeah, the game slipped away from them, but the French will be satisfied with a job well done, finding themselves disappointingly in the Shield final, where they were battling for 3rd and 4th place here 12 months ago. Spain looked good early on, but France in the end had far too much firepower for them, and they've defeated near neighbours Spain by 28 points to 17, and they will claim the Shield.
Well, France captain Vincent Deniot. Vincent, you've had a tough weekend, 4 losses to start, but 2 good wins to finish.
Yes, since 2 years Dubai for the French team is It's a good tournament for us, and so yesterday it was very hard. 3-game loss in pools. One against the Samoa in the ball semi-final. So we have to win the second last one. We did the job, but we are very sad about this tournament, and I hope we're going to we'll start on good base on South Africa.
Well, yeah, you were cup finalists last year in Port Elizabeth, so you get a chance to go down there. You're looking forward to South Africa next weekend?
Yes, I think Dubai is finished. Now we have to look forward and look on the Port Elizabeth tournament. So everything is possible in 7th. So the French team have to work again and again. Details. When we miss one tackle and we did a mistake, it's one try against us. So we have to work more.
Well, there you go and lift the shield. Thank you, Vincent.
Thank you.
Vincent Dagneau, the victorious French captain, looking ahead already to Port Elizabeth next week, and looking ahead to the presentation ceremony here. And we just remind ourselves that when the teams met, Spain and France, on the Gold Coast last month, France took it by 28-19, so a similar result, but that France took home the bowl a month ago on the Gold Coast of Australia. France coming up to collect the shield from the dignitaries present on the dais. Vincent Dagneau, just heard from him. Joining Julien Janet, the officials as well. They say they will accept their medals and commemorative souvenirs from Dubai 2013. That's Brett Gosper, CEO of the International Rugby Board, Gary Chapman, President of the Group Services Donata, local dignitaries, including Kaisal Dalai from the United Arab Emirates Rugby Football Union. It's been a tough weekend, and when you consider back-to-back tournaments, they'll have to do it all again next weekend in Port Elizabeth in South Africa, but they will regroup after this weekend. That's Julien Sobad, followed by Julien Janet. All the squad members receive their trophies. Right, as I say, is Brett Gosper, Marcus Henry from HSBC here in Dubai there as well, between Mr. Gosper and Gary Chapman, President of Group Services Donata. So everyone in his place for Vincent Dagneau to lift the shield, to proclaim that France are the shield winners in Dubai in 2013. To the tune of the French national anthem, La Marseillaise. There we go. The supporters from the little village in the Pyrenees, they've been not in fine voice, but in good heart, certainly throughout the weekend, and have not just confined themselves to the French national anthem, but their repertoire is wide and varied. And finally, the shield is held aloft by Vincent Dagneau, captain of France, the shield winners in Dubai in 2013.